Now I want to give an overview of the Dropbox and its purpose. Essentially, the Dropbox is a repository for all sorts of items and ideas and thoughts that you might have. Now, these items don't necessarily have a type or classification at this point, so you're not sure if they're a project, a to-do, a note, what they might be that way, or a file. Essentially what you do is you can create an item when a thought hits and then worry about it later. And you'll notice that there's an indicator in the Dropbox that shows the number of items that you have that are sitting in your Dropbox that need to be classified or understood and whatnot. Now, each of these items you may have reached by simply adding the item from right here, or you may have emailed it to your Dropbox. You may have utilized a smartphone to do the same. And so the idea is there's a lot of ways to reach the Dropbox with thoughts. You can just immediately send something to the Dropbox and then decide later. When you come into the Dropbox with all of your items, so say some of these are from your phone or from email or what have you, you can decide what they are. So a phone call, maybe that's simply going to be a note. By dragging it, you can drop it on what the item should become, or trash it if you're not interested in it, and it will then do a few different things. So, with this note, is it assigned to a project? If the note does not have to do with a specific project, you can simply hit No Project, and it will go into your notes without a specific project associated. Maybe you have a cool idea. You want it to be a task. Again, you can decide if this task has a due date, and then as well if there's a project that it will be associated with, or maybe no project. I'm going to say this is going to be associated with one of my projects. Now, if I go to that project, I will see that task sitting there. Maybe I have an interesting or a big new project that I happen to hit here. By dropping it in the projects, it then becomes a project. So as you can see, we can quickly sort through what these items are. We can also edit the specific items. By hitting the edit, we can then look at and give a description to it, add a tag to it, attach a file to it, give it a due date before it actually is classified as any particular thing. So every item has a title and a description and has the ability to have something attached. And then we can drag it to what it might be. So say this one is a to-do. And this one does not have a project, but we're going to give it a due date today. Now that will actually show up in my daily page now as one of my items that need to be done. I still have 2 items that you can see in my Dropbox, and maybe these I'm not interested in, and I'm going to trash them. And those, of course, will show up in my trash. Within the trash, I can then restore them or permanently delete them. So as you can see, the Dropbox is very powerful and very useful so that while you're on the go, you can reach it with ideas and thoughts that may pop into your mind or things that you need to get done. You name it. Just throw it into your Dropbox, and then you can come back to it later and decide what it is, if you want to keep it, trash it, what you want to do with it. So it really becomes a repository for all of the things that roll around in your head that allows you to then sort through them. Thanks.